Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, run it back. Run it up, then run it back.
Ta-da! It's our last show of the season, gentlemen. Lou, I will start with you. Anything you'd like to say?
It's been a pleasure to do another season with y'all. Chandler, way to go, no hat.
Yeah.
Hey, how about me?
The one day you don't wear a hat, you know what? I give up. Chandler, any final words, any wisdoms that you want to share?
First of all, you know it's the last episode when you hear pew, pew, pew in the intro. You guys are awesome. You know this, regardless, this ain't going to be our last show, and I've had a blast doing it. And we got a big summer, and we'll be right back next year doing this somewhere. So I love you guys.
We will live forever somewhere, some way.
The show goes on, baby.
Got to run it back.
We got to run. It's in the title, for God's sakes.
Guys,
things
for God's sakes.
For God's sakes, things are happening. And yeah, Ja Morant. I was getting a lot of Shams updates on my drive yesterday. This was a big one. This is a big piece falling. Ja Morant to the Portland Trailblazers for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. We were starting to give up, starting to wonder if this was ever going to happen, if he was ever going to get any movement. And here we go up to the Pacific Northwest. He's headed. Chandler, what do you make of it? Do you like the fit?
I do. I mean, listen, it's a lot of guards. It's a lot of guys that need the ball in their hands usually to succeed. And there's only one basketball obviously on that team. But I like the aggressiveness, from Portland. I know they wanted to get off Jeremy Grant, and at least Memphis got back players that can play right now, starting level players with Chris Murray and with Jeremy Grant. But I like Ja Morant. We still don't know what version of Damian Lillard we're going to get. I'd like to imagine he's going to play more off guard. I don't think he's going to handle the ball, and the usage rate is going to be too high for 35 minutes, coming off what he's coming off at his age. But Ja Morant is extremely talented. All the stuff he's been dragged through, all the distractions, he's got a great opportunity just to make that an old memory and go out there and hoop, because people might forget how good this dude is when he is on the floor and he is healthy and he is rolling. So I like the move. Portland might not be done just because of all the depth they have, and they still have a lot of pieces like Scoot Henderson, like Drew Holiday. But man, the depth right now in their starting five matches up pretty well with a lot of these elite teams in the Western Conference. So I like it. And I think Ja Morant, he's kind of in that same boat as Trae Young for me this year, where he's kind of been disrespected, kind of been thrown around in trade values. His value was all-time low, but when those two dudes are healthy, they are absolute, all NBA type guys, and I think they're both poised for huge years. So I'm happy for Ja Morant to get a fresh start.
Yeah, well said. A fresh start is a fresh start, right? So we didn't have Portland on our bingo cards as a destination for him, but it's an opportunity for him to get all the way away from Memphis, go somewhere with a fresh fan base, go somewhere where they're actually trying to build in the right direction. And look, if they can get over the hump and make some noise, he's going to be part of their story. I agree with Chandler with what he said about the depth. Now, they do have some questions to be answered. They do got some spots to fill at that wing spot. They got to go out and get some size. They got plenty enough guard play if they stand how they stand. But obviously, it looks like maybe Scoot or Drew Holiday or one of those guys are going to be on the move to kind of balance some things out and put them in the right direction where they can have, two balanced groups to go out there and compete at a high level. But, as far as Ja Morant is concerned, this is somewhere that he can go, he can flourish. It's not much to get into, not a lot of quote unquote trouble that he can find, and all of those things that's been put on his reputation. He can go out there and just be athletic, be a physical big guard. And another great point that Chandler made was, it's been a lot said about him, and the game has moved on. Some of the guards that wasn't necessarily in their class of all-star caliber and all of that, some of these guys have grown up. He got to get back in that conversation. So him being in Portland is a great opportunity for him to do so. Having Dame Lillard there, not sure what he's going to be able to bring to the table at this stage of his career, but I like it. I like the fact that he's there. I like the fact that it's a fresh start and it's a market that we didn't see him in, and he gets an opportunity, if this team has success, to be a big part of that and be praised for that. So I'm happy for him.
Yeah. And another thing I like too is just such a fresh start is, like you mentioned, he's on a good team now too. Like, he's going to be on a competitive team. They're going to have goals this season to not just make the playoffs, but to advance. When you look at the year, that Denny had, and you look at, guys like Kamara and Shaden Sharp and Dame Lillard coming back, like, there's now expectation on those teams. So this is a great opportunity for Ja Morant to let everyone just forget about the past, let everyone forget, all the issues that he's gone through, and just go out there and hoop. Because we know this guy is a 20, 25 a night kind of guy. He's one of the more exciting players to watch, and he's going to have that arena and that fan base rocking come opening night. So I'm like we both just said, I'm excited for him, but now also it's all on him. Like, if this doesn't work out, we're like it's time for Ja Morant to just be Ja Morant and be a great basketball player in Portland and help this team win games.
I mean, he does have the benefit of, like, we really haven't gotten to see you play in a really long time. Like, even just watching those highlights just now, I felt like, my goodness, it feels like it's been years since I've gotten to see him play on a consistent basis. So I would think he'd be super eager also to get the fresh start underway. I'm wondering now, Shams implied basically that this was the big move that Portland was going to make, which I assume means Jaylen Brown is no longer a part of that. So the lineup is what? Denny, Dame, Ja, Klingon, Kamara. Where are we putting them in the? I mean, we know the West is a gauntlet. So where are we putting them in the West, Lou?
Well, they were competitive last year, and they made some noise. But I would like to see how Ja Morant is going to level up with these guys. He's going to give them a different look. I imagine they're going to play faster. They're going to be a more athletic team, going to run the lanes, be a 3-point shooting team, be a team that slashes and just plays hard. But where they level up in the West, that's a tall task to try to figure out at this point with that trade happening. So much has happened in the West with so much movement, and the emergence of the San Antonio Spurs. Where do Denver Nuggets go from here? It's a lot of questions to be asked. How do OKC respond to being knocked out? Phoenix is another team. Phoenix made some moves to feel like they've gotten better. There's so many different storylines going on in that Western Conference. I can't really call it for Portland, but the positive steps they made last year, if they can build on to that and continue on in the way that they're going, they're going to be part of the conversation of everybody that's having success in the already stacked up Western Conference. They just got to be able to withstand, and I think they have the group of guys to withstand. And also, if they're going to add a couple more pieces, add some more depth, add some more size, I think they're going to be right there in the middle of the mix with everybody else, from like a 4 to an 8, something like that. I can predict that much for a Portland team right now at this moment.
4 to 8.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to the Heat, right? Like in the East, like they make a big move, they get an unreal talent. We don't know what version. We kind of have an idea what Giannis is going to do. We kind of have an idea what Ja Morant, what he can produce when he's on the floor for 30 plus minutes. It's just, how do they fill out this roster? Like how do they go and get more wings? How do they go and get more shooting? What can they get for Jrue Holiday right now that everybody is going to line up at the door to get a player like Jrue Holiday? Because that always seems to be the trend with him. Scoot Henderson showed flashes this year in the postseason and down the stretch where he kind of made a big stride, made big plays, and he's still super young. They could possibly get some assets back. So they're obviously loaded at the guard position. They need more wings. They need more shooting. The big kid Hansen, it's how quickly can he develop at that 5 position with his size and his length. So there's a lot of unanswered questions that Portland has, but they have now the talent, and they have a really, really, really solid starting 5. It's just, what can they get for Scoot? What can they get for Jrue Holiday? Or how do they figure out a way to make all these guards work together?
Okay, so that was going to be my follow-up, because I do think there's a little romanticizing that we probably all are guilty of, because we love basketball and we love Dame Lillard and we want to see Ja Morant be awesome, but we haven't seen either one of them actually play in a while. So as far as their fit together, what are the red flags? There are red flags, right, Chandler? Like, I'm not crazy.
Well, one ball being one. Most of these guys have needed the ball
one
in their hands. Now, I'm okay with that, though, because, when you look at Jrue Holiday, he's more of a defending type setup point guard. Ja Morant's more of an explosive, athletic, transitional point guard. And Dame Lillard's arguably the best shooter in the NBA, you can definitely put him off the ball, have him come off some action, some pin down, some screens, and play him more at the 2 position. Now, defensively, obviously, with Ja Morant and Dame Lillard, there's going to be some holes. Denny, I mean, they almost need Jrue Holiday in that lineup to kind of make up for the defensive slack there. But again, these guys are at the age now where they're going to have to adapt. They're going to have to, have a more balanced attack, and we're going to see how that goes. A guy like Scoot, too. He's another guy that really needs the ball in his hand to do what he does and to have the success he had down the stretch. So that, to me, is the biggest issue. And then if you go Ja and Dame, a 2-guard small lineup right there, the defense is going to slack a little bit, but those guys are wise enough, old enough to be able to get it done. But I definitely think those are going to be the issues that come up, and just filling out the roster with more wings and more shooting.
Agreed. Yeah, the red flags for me is going to be both are ball dominant guys. They need the ball to be effective in these games. I don't know what version of Dame Lillard that we're going to see at this stage of his career, coming off an Achilles and just being an older guy, 35, 36 years old. Is he going to want to slide to that 2 spot where he turns into sort of, a standstill shooter or a 3-point threat, a guy that you can't really help off of when somebody is attacking the rim or playing the game? I don't know what version of him that we get. I assume that when he comes back, he's going to want to be the Dame Lillard that we've remembered. If Ja Morant is in shape and he's able to play and be available, he's going to want to be the Ja Morant that we remember as well. So that's the only thing for me. How are they going to put these guys on the floor together and get the most out of them and be effective as they possibly can with both of these guys being on the floor and both being small guards at the same time? Defensively, what does that mean for the Portland Trail Blazers? What does that mean for size when they go out and get somebody for a wing or go get another stretch four or something like that? Those are still some holes left in this team to figure out. But right now, you got two small guards, both that are ball dominant guys, both that need the ball to be effective. That would be the red flags for me. But at the end of the day, when you say it out loud, it sounds scary. Dame Lillard and Ja Morant together in the backcourt, I love the sound of it. It's up to the Portland Trail Blazers to figure out the best way to make it work for both of these guys and work for the team as well.
Let me ask you guys this: like, when you're in Portland, like, what do y'all do? Like, what's the thing? Okay, all right, then Chandler.
Voodoo
I go to a
Donuts.
Nike store. Voodoo Donuts, Nike store.
Nike.
After like your third trip to the Nike store, that becomes null and void too. And then you find yourself at the donut spot eating bacon jam donuts, and then there you have it.
How dare you?
Yeah.
We don't eat pig, Lou. What's wrong with you? No, you're right.
I don't either,
okay.
but I'm projecting.
I'm just checking to see what's up. But Dame will welcome him back. He'll be able to show him the ropes. Anybody have a preference on where Jrue Holiday potentially might end up? I know he is loved.
I tell you what, I bet you it's about 29 teams trying to figure it out, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would
like
mind
looking at the
figure
West,
it out.
I would love him. I'd love him on the Lakers, like kind of making up for the defensive slack with Luka and Reeves. I'd love him, on the Timberwolves. I'd love him on the Rockets. You don't know what kind of value Fred's gonna have. Like, man, there's like Lou just said, this is Jrue Holiday talking about. This is the guy that Team USA made a preference to go get. It's a guy that's a proven champion. Like, this guy, teams will throw something at him.
Yeah, he's wanted. He's in a good spot. Guys, I woke up this morning. I'm sure of it now. I am sure that LeBron James is going to be a Warrior. I can't shake the feeling. I might have even dreamt it. I'm not even sure. But Draymond Green, it's official. We knew this yesterday that he declined his player option. Porzingis and the team also agreeing to a 2-year, $40 million extension. There's a little maneuvering that would still need to go on at some point. But the idea that adding LeBron and AD is still very much an alive dream is crazy to me. All right, Chandler, if this were to happen, and it looks as if you were to add AD, you'd figure out a way to get rid of Jimmy Butler somehow. I'm not sold on the AD part of this, but let's just go with Steph, LeBron, Draymond, Jimmy Butler, what have you, AD. What do you make of this team other than this is a crazy ticket to sell? Like, this is awesome.
Yeah, I think the season tickets go up. I think the jersey sales are unbelievable. I think it's so much fun to see all those legends on the court at the same time. But this move doesn't make the Thunder worse. This move doesn't make the Spurs worse. Like, the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, the Rockets, like the Lakers, like there's still so many teams that are so competitive in the Western Conference that I'd like to see it. It's fun. I think that'd be a hell of a way for LeBron James to go out with his boys. We know how close he is with Anthony Davis. We know how close he is with Draymond Green. We know how much he respects the Warriors organization and Steph Curry. So could this be fun? Yeah. And I'll tell you this, the fact that Draymond Green opted out of a $28 million deal, like his deal is done. Like, his part is done. You don't just see a player like that opt out without knowing what's coming back on a longer term deal. So I think that could be more team friendly, could be a little bit less money, but more years, which I think is a smart play for Draymond Green. He's going to go down as one of the greats for the Warriors. He's going to work in that front office forever or do TV. Like, he is going to be all set. But I definitely think this is the first piece that had to have happened to kind of make this dream possible. Does it make a competitor? Does it make them like a contender to win a championship? I don't think so. But I do think it'd be a lot of fun. I think it'd be really, really exciting, for all NBA fans to be able to see these guys on the same floor at the same time.
It's like an old rock band getting back together, Lou. I love it.
Yeah,
cool.
I can't help but it makes me think about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Like, it just feels like 5 years too late for it to have the sting that I wanted to have. But listen, as much as I want to love this, I don't know. Just history tells me when all the legends in the Hall of Fame guys link up at the end of the road, It never works out. I've just seen this movie time and time and time again. I've seen Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, so on and so forth. All of our legends go link up with the other legends at the end of their careers for a feel-good story, and it just never ends well. I don't want this to be a damper on Steph Curry. I don't want this to be a damper on LeBron James, AD, or Draymond. I just feel like everybody go to your respective corners and let's finish this thing out smoothly instead of all linking up and leaving a bad taste in people's mouths after that experience. Now, we could be totally wrong, Chandler and I, but like I said, as history shows us, when these guys usually link up at the end of their careers, it's just like, man, you hate to see it, and then somebody's traded by the deadline, and it's all over. It's all over as fast as it began. And so I want all of these guys to be happy, healthy, and play in the markets that they want to. I think at the end of your career, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to play with a certain level of joy, especially if you're a LeBron James, you're a Steph Curry. You deserve to play with a certain level of joy. You deserve to play with the guys that you want to play with at this stage of your career. Now, what do you get out of it? Who knows? So right now, I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. I'm like 60%. Don't do it. Okay. 40%. I'm kind of intrigued and I'm kind of interested, and I want to see how it looks on the floor when you put all of those guys together. I'm sure it'll be much to talk about. How does that translate to basketball and success? Who knows? But I ain't feeling it.
I remember that Lakers. Now. I think it was like 21, 22 with Rondo, Dwight Howard, Carmelo Anthony. Like, remember that like. It feels like that. Like it feels like they put all these former All-Stars.
A little better. Not as much. It feels more balanced.
This is more A-lists. Like if I was looking at it as like casting a movie with some former A-listers, like older A-list, this feels like that. This feels like
because also
they just signed Horford for 2 more years too. So it's
just. I love everything about this. I love everything about it.
This band is awesome. This and listen, all of these guys are still worth a lot of money. So how are you going to fill in the rest of this roster? Like where's the other talent going to come from? All of these guys want a shitload of money still. So we got to figure that part out. It ain't like it's going to be a lot of.
We're going to see cats miss games with arthritis on this roster.
How dare you? You know what? I'm going to push back a little bit because here's a good old musical reference for you. The Def Leppard was basically the biggest band in the 80s and 90s, the biggest touring band at the time. I've seen them like 5 times in the 2020s. They're still crushing, and they fill up stadiums and they sell out. And this is how I am now looking at this team. This is going to be amazing.
That's not a question.
It's going to be hella entertaining. I don't care if they win or not. I'm not here for that.
We're talking about the end result. When you start talking about LeBron and Steph Curry's and all of these guys, you have no choice but to talk championships and success. Like I don't want a feel good story where they're going out getting their asses kicked, but they're together. I don't want to see that. Like either make some noise or just don't do it. That's how I feel about it.
Lou, does this team make the playoffs in the West, Lou?
I have to say it. I have to. Now I have to.
We just talked
Paris
about
wasn't that long ago, by the way, and that was Steph and LeBron.
Listen, we just talked about Portland getting better. Phoenix got better. Timberwolves, Rockets, Lakers, Nuggets. Like, I don't know, man.
I say yes.
Warriors were in a situation where they had a little playoff action.
10
The Lakers had a
but they also didn't have Jimmy Butler. That was a big piece missing.
The Lakers had well Jimmy might I don't know. But the Lakers, they had some success. They had some action. If you I don't know. That's why I don't like all the old guys getting together, because
I love it.
You have to root for them. You have to. I'm rolling. I don't love it, but I'm rolling.
What does that say?
I'm 55-45 now. I'm swayed a little.
If we do another 10 minutes of show, we're going to get Lou over on this side. I don't know. For me to be rooting for it I'm the most cynical one here. And I there's something about this. I just feel like this is happening and I'm here for it. And
for the record,
I also
I want to see it, Beads. I want to see it. And I think it will be high season tickets. So I think the arenas will be packed. I think the road games will be so much fun. Like I just don't think they're going to be a strong playoff team. I don't think they'll get to the second round. I guess there's too much young talent in the Western Conference, but I think it would be.
And we've already kind of seen the writing on the wall a little bit. Steph has missed some time with some injuries this past season. LeBron has missed some time. AD has missed some time. What does this look like when they're all together? How much of this do we actually
That training room is going to be packed.
Training room's going to be busy.
It's going to be cracking.
Because it's going to be the spot. But they're going to also want to be good for each other and play with each other, because that's sort of part of the wanting to hurry up and get back is like, I know there's someone to get back to. Like this, I
want to see it. I just don't want this to be an asterisk on any of these guys' resumes. That's all.
Do you think it would be like if wouldn't we all go into this sort of just like this is going to be a fun chapter? Or
the only reason I don't think it would be because if everyone just stays packed and the LeBron goes back to Lakers and AD stays with the Warriors and Draymond and Steph run it back with Golden State, I think they're all on kind of average type teams anyway. Right. So I don't think they're missing anything out. They're not shaking the tree by doing this big drastic trade. I think it's kind of a lateral move that just puts a bit more excitement around this team.
But also right now with the teams that they're on, you're able to control what's being said about you. Now, when you get together as a collective, there becomes a situation where now we expect y'all to do something. Right now, it's like, all right, it's okay. Like, you guys are older. You don't have the rosters that you necessarily need to get over the hump and do the things that we want you to do and be successful. But when y'all get together, now we have an expectation level, and that changes how we speak about that team. That's going to be the problem.
The golf of it all, if you think about it from that perspective, he would be going to like the greatest basketball golfer, I think, in history in Steph, according to all legend.
And there would be some serious load management to be able to go play golf. Might be honest something.
I don't hate this, you guys. I'm telling you, I woke up this morning like LeBron's a warrior, and I've accepted it. I also love the idea that he's doing it for happiness. You know who gets to say I'm going to work for happiness and not money? Billionaires. That's who gets to wake up in the morning and say I'm doing it for happiness. But I am happy that that's where he is right now, and that's where we should all be. Are we good with that? Or we believe him, by the way? Is anybody here not buying? I do too.
Yeah, I got no reason to not, right? I think this is his decision. This is his call. He doesn't have very many years left. We know that. And so if you get an opportunity to go play with these Hall of Famers and Steph Curry and a team that you've admired from a distance, listen, I don't think it's the worst idea. They're just not going to win a championship.
Do you think anyone's, because we do like to rip him apart a lot, and that's the collective, we obviously, not you two. Is anybody going to have a problem legacy-wise? This isn't like joining the Warriors of the teens.
Nah.
This is, okay.
Anybody
we're
with
on that.
some common sense is not going to have it. But again, I'm saying this because I'm projecting as well. The internet and fans and media, we have a way of trying to rain on every parade that we see possible. And so with this, there is going to be a certain level of criticism that's going to come with that. And especially if they don't start winning some games. And so if you're LeBron James, if it's about happiness, do you put that on the table for people to chop up? I mean, you can't, it's inevitable. It's LeBron James. Any move that he makes, whether he stays with the Lakers, whether he goes somewhere, Cleveland, Golden State, it's going to be chopped apart one way or another. So if it's really about happiness and for him, I think he's going to put himself in the best position possible to have his at least amount of stress as possible wherever he goes.
Yeah,
that's definitely.
And it's not like he's going to OKC for the minimum or like San Antonio, this powerhouse team. Like, it's not like that. So I don't think this is like a legacy negative move for LeBron James. Like, it's not even close to like KD going to the Warriors. It's completely different, in my opinion.
That was at the height. This is sort of like two dudes who've done it a bunch of times. Yeah, and they can share the load of whatever, negativity people. But if you stay in LA, Luka's never been there and done that. So it's sort of like you're going to carry a lot of that. I know, whatever. Okay, let's move on. Jalen Duren. I'm actually starting to feel a little bit bad that I was so right about this. But yeah, the sign and trade, Sam Amick.
Hold on,
going to meet.
You're not right just yet.
I'm right. I'm 100% right. He's not getting what he thought he was going to get. He is meeting with the Kings, however, today. He'll get a. But by the way, let's not cry rivers here. He's going to be fine. He's not going to need a GoFundMe. But
Sacramento to the rescue.
But Sacramento, do we like a Duren for Sabonis Swapolalu? Like, that could be a thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. Fresh start for Duren, and then if you're Detroit, you get a guy that's a proven hooper, like that can go out and play. And so for me, it looks like Detroit said, we're not really sold on giving you that money. Go out and find somebody that'll give it to you. And if they'll give it to you, then we'll start having a conversation about matching an agreement. But until then, go out and see if somebody's going to give you that max deal. So listen, Sacramento, if they're going to go out and do this, and you just go get a cuff and you have a couple more pieces, maybe they can make some noise and maybe they can be the fresh start that he needs. But right now, again, who knows what all of the talk and all of the things that's being said, but I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Yeah, here's the thing. Who is that? Here's the thing. It's
UFO?
It's
UFO.
very yeah, that was weird. It's very weird to me if the Pistons don't match Jalen Duren, considering they also just traded Isaiah Stewart to the Grizzlies, and now they would be losing both their bigs. It's very interesting. It's no secret that Jalen Duren, he played really, really bad in the postseason. He kind of played himself out of that max contract, but all he needs is one offer, and all he needs is one team to come in there and give him $40+ million a year, and that perfect suitor is usually the Sacramento Kings, who are desperate to get off this contract, who at least they get young, at least they get a guy like a franchise piece to put with a cuff. So again, who's to say that Detroit doesn't even match once he gets this offer from Sacramento? But Jalen Duren, he's going through free agency. Huh?
Yeah. I think that's the logical thing that they do. They're just making them go out and say, look, if you think you're worth this, show us a couple teams that feel the same way, and we'll match the deal. That's what it looks like to me. I don't think
they have all the power. It's by the way, also the talking to the Lakers thing today is another interesting one. I don't know if you guys feel like, again, this is a tough one because we're coming off of a really bad playoff appearance by him. Like he was very, very, very bad. So I don't know if you can kind of put that to the side and look back at his potential, and what does that do if the Lakers were to bring him on board?
I can. I really can't. Listen, I know his postseason was awful. The kid is 22 years old, and he is an absolute man-child, and we have not seen close to what his best basketball is. So I think it'd be very short-sighted if the Pistons don't, acquire him through restricted free agency, because I think he is that piece moving forward. That he might not be your legit second option, but that is his market calls for him to get a big payday. And what 60-win team breaks up and rebuilds after winning 60 games? Like, they were just the number one team in the East, with him being a pivotal part of it. He was an all-star. What? Yeah, he had a bad 3-week span there, but this kid is their future center, and they're just simply making him go through restricted free agency, which I don't think is a personal thing that Jalen Duren should be mad about. That's what it's called. It's what you do it for. That's why.
Or be mad, but then use that. That's
fine, but then your agent better be working and going to get you the deal. So I don't think it's the worst thing.
Amen.
I do feel like he still ends up back in Detroit, but I'm fully prepared for Sacramento to offer him a bag.
Oh my God, this kid's gonna go to Sacramento. Dear Lord, Lou. Dear Lord, guys, I'd like to take a second to thank everyone in the chat on YouTube. You guys have been awesome all season long, and they've been keeping us abreast of your thoughts and your views and your opinions all season long. But even more than that, I would love to thank the crew, not just our producers, Lisa, Michelle, Conrad, Cahill, everyone involved, but really also everyone back in LA that sort of manned the cameras and the editors and the graphics and everything, because there are a lot of people that make this little thing go. So I just want to make sure that we get to say that, because you never know. Just want to make sure that they know that we are grateful for all that work.
My man Steve, it's going to be a long summer. You telling me I'm not on my blue mark. I'm on my blue mark, Steve.
Shout out to Steve. Shout out
Fab
to
and Abriana, who made us beautiful.
Fabs, Abriana, everybody. Yeah. You guys were awesome. The show wouldn't be the same without you guys. So really appreciate everybody. It takes a village. Love working with you guys. Love the addition of Boogie. We got something really special here. And I really enjoy working with you guys. I wouldn't wake up at 5:30 for most people.
No.
But I would for you.
Do you know how much money Chandler has? I don't even know why he's doing this in the first place, to be quite honest.
Honestly, I don't either.
Lou, I would like to tell you personally that my dad, Bob Beadle, has wanted me to tell you for a while now that the growth that you have shown in the seasons that we've been doing this now, what is it, 3, has been exponential. And he thinks you've just become an absolute star. Chandler, he tolerates you, but he loves Lou.
Well, Mr. Beadle, I appreciate
boy.
the kind words. Y'all came and got me off the couch 3 years ago with no experience, and here I am doing this thing with y'all, and I am growing and I'm learning as the days go by, and I enjoy working with y'all. So let's keep it going.
Hey, let's run it back.
Let's run it back, you guys.
Choice. We got no
All
choice.
right, we're
One
running
way or
it back.
another, we're running it back.
Be safe, everybody. Have an amazing summer. NBA never stops. Love
Stay
you
classy,
guys.
Chandler. Stay classy, Beadle.
Yeah.
Don't get arrested.
Run it back, run it up, 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 run